know if you can see us, if you can hear us correctly. Please use chat to let us know. I can see that we have Andrew here, Joanna, Claudia, Natalia. Can you tell us if you can hear us correctly? Okay, someone is writing, yes. Thank you so much for your participation. So the chat is the place where you can ask all your questions to our today's guest, who is Michał, and who will have some time to tell you more about business intelligence. But in the meantime, when we are waiting for the rest of people to show up to our meeting, let me give you a bit of a background about who we are and what we do. So it's official. Welcome to today's meeting about business intelligence. Business intelligence is a software that takes business data and presents it in a user-friendly way. For example, in reports, dashboards, charts, and graphs. About this, our guest will tell you more in just 5 minutes. BI tools enable business users to access different types of data. Users can analyze this information to gain insights into how the business is performing. So this is the subject of today's webinar, because we believe that the future belongs to those who analyze data. And who are we? Future Colors is a programming school and the creator of innovative education with a social mission. We invite you to participate in our webinars and learn more about the IT industry, because we believe that everyone should have a chance to learn, develop, and enjoy employment security in the new digital economy. This is an opportunity to meet our mentors, check how we teach, and see how working in IT looks like in practice. We are proud of our innovative teaching methods, which we've been working on since 2016. We currently offer 12 intensive courses tailored to the needs of today's labor market. They ensure a quick and effective path to enter the IT industry. One of our courses is Business Intelligence Bootcamp, mentored by Michał Ćwiok, our today's speaker. The Business Intelligence course, which will be also mentioned in a few minutes, it will show you the basics of business analytics and data modeling. You will learn to use modern tools for data analysis and presentation. Real case studies will show you how BI works in practice. Once you finish the bootcamp, you will be ready to work as a data analyst or BI developer. So this is a quick intro about Future Colors, about us. And we are here to talk about the art of data-driven decision-making, exploring the world of business intelligence. As I said previously, Future Colors is a programming school which offers not only courses, but a lot more. Also, we offer career counseling before you enter our boot camps. For example, this webinar may work as a career counseling. If you are not sure if business intelligence is for you, then stay with us and listen to this webinar, and maybe you will be sure that this is or it is not your career path. We also offer flexible and accessible learning method on our online platform. Individual approach during one-on-one consultations and live lessons with our mentors. And after the course, we offer you support during your first recruitment to IT. Today, we will be talking about business intelligence, benefits, tools, and types of data used by business intelligence developers. And in a few minutes, Michał will show you everything he knows about the basics of business intelligence. So, Michał, maybe it's time to welcome you to the stage. Can you tell us a bit more about yourself?
Hi, hello. Can you hear me well?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So, yeah, my name is Michael, and I've been working in data analytics for quite some time now. Really started my career in analytics in 2013. So, yeah, 10 years. Time flies. And yeah, very recently, I've been working mainly on Microsoft Stack. So that would include mainly Power BI, but also other, let's say, backend tools like Synapse or Databricks. So yeah, I'm very, let's say, keen to always stay on the let's say bleeding edge when it comes to let's say innovative solutions.
Miha, we got information from Natalia. She said that she cannot hear you correctly. I think that there is some kind of echo in the background. Could you work more on it?
Well, I only have one mic, so I can be talking a bit slower and louder, if that's okay.
Okay, maybe in the meantime you could turn your head towards. No, because you have the microphone
I
here.
have my mic in here.
Okay, so we would have to work with it. I hope that Miha will speak loudly and clearly, and it will be not so much of an issue. Okay, let's go with our presentation quickly, and then we will talk about business intelligence more. Yeah, so business intelligence, as I said previously, we have a bootcamp on business intelligence, and if you are interested, for example, after this webinar, you can check it out on our website. I will put the link to the website on which you can learn more about the bootcamp, more about the topic of the course. This course lasts 18 weeks, and 31st of July is the beginning date of the next bootcamp. So if you are ready, please join us, and Michał and other mentors will teach you how to become a master in this field. Why would you enroll into our courses? Because we help you find work in IT. So if you were interested in changing your career, check out our offer, because we help you find your new job via workshops on creating a CV and LinkedIn profile, workshops on effective job search, and we share your CV with our partners. When you decide to buy the richest offer of support IT job program, you will also get individual consultation, job interview, including technical interview with our mentors, 3 months support in looking for a job, dedicated job offers will be sent to your email, and we will share your CV with our partners, definitely. So if you are looking to change your employer, do it with us, learn something new, and start your new career with Future Colors. This is the place on which you will learn. This is our platform. Here you will find all the training materials you need. You will join live lessons and consultations. You will write on chat with your peers, watch recordings of classes if you cannot attend live, and submit your assignments for checking, because we rely on practice. We want you to learn as much as you can with us. You lost the sound. You can't hear me? Joanna, can you?
I can hear you loud and clear. So
Okay.
I think it's all good.
Thank you.
Maybe it's on this internet connection.
Okay, so please, Joanna, check your internet. And back to my presentation, I'm almost at the end. When you decide to start learning with Future Colors, you will get access to this platform, all in one, on which you can learn, access all the materials, and contact with your mentors and your peers daily. So why choose future colors? In this brief introduction, I wanted to emphasize that we learn, we teach, we take care of you with our one-on-one consultations with mentor, live lessons, practical tasks. The learning process is 100% online. We offer you recruitment support, experienced mentors as Michał, strong preparation for the profession, and English for IT course if you don't speak English. Okay, so back to Michał, our special guest for today. Now it's time to talk more about business intelligence, but look for a link at the top of the screen with more information on our bootcamps and business intelligence bootcamp if in future colors. And in the meantime, let me tell you also that the chat is the place for your questions. So don't hesitate, ask them, and I will read them out loud. So, Michał, the floor is yours.
Okay, perfect. So let me share my screen. Mm, Let me know. Let me know when you see the screen.
Yes,
If it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yep. So I was asked to do a brief presentation on the importance, let's say, of business intelligence and data-driven decision making in companies. So here it is, really, and I've decided to split it, let's say, into five main parts, where we briefly really discuss all the different aspects of business intelligence as a field, and potentially me also answering some of your questions. So first of all, we are going to focus on the key benefits and really the significance of data-driven decisions in today's business. Then we are going to move on to main challenges that are associated with everything connected to data collection, analysis, and making informed decisions. Then we are going to talk about essential stages of the whole process in the context of business intelligence, and also building products that allow for better and quicker decision making. Then we'll cover some tools and techniques that are utilized in BI for data, for data analytics, but also those that are kind of like connected to it. We are going to talk about different data types and their importance and why it's almost exclusively sales. And then we are going to, and then I'm going to answer any questions that you have. All right, so let's go then. So the main benefits of data-driven decision making are listed in here. So I think that right now, almost every company wants to do data-driven decision making. I don't think, of course, when it comes to some startups, when there is a lot of, let's say, networking, that's important. Sometimes gut feeling of a CEO might be a better choice, especially in a moment that there's in a situation where there's just no data at all. However, big corporations, FMCG, companies like, I don't know, Unilever, Nestle, Procter and Gamble, they have a lot of, let's say, data-driven decision-making processes, and they do analyze everything, to a very high extent. And it's clear that they understand those benefits, and those are, for example, improved accuracy and of course, objectivity, because those data-driven decisions, they rely on factual information rather than just some subjective opinions or gut feelings. And by analyzing, relevant data sets, data models, businesses can gain some very, very accurate insights into how their customers behave, what are the market trends, what is some, operational performance, and yeah, this objectivity and the fact that everything is backed up by data will reduce, any biases if they are there, and increase the likelihood of making informed choices. So in this case, naturally, an e-commerce, or for that matter, FMCG company can, for example, introduce some focus groups, talk to people, talk to their customers from a particular segment that they are targeting, and simply see if their new product, new launch is going to fit their tastes. Simply, as simple as that. Second thing is enhanced efficiency and sorry, and productivity. And this means that simply, data-driven decisions, they will sort of, empower organizations to streamline processes and optimize, resource allocation. And by analyzing data, analyzing, let's say, past processes, past maybe, manufacturing processes and outputs, and also waste, we'll be able to identify inefficiencies and potentially bottlenecks. And this way, they'll be able to make data-backed decisions to optimize it all. Then next thing is naturally competitive advantage and innovation. So again, simply by analyzing sales data for maybe, your market, for maybe your competitors' market, or maybe market that you are not yet in, you can identify some new trends, market trends, maybe do some predictive analytics to be able to make a decision if we want to enter this market or not. And quite some time ago, I worked for a retailer, and I don't think they actually sold their data, but a lot of retailers do, and they make a lot of money on it because all the, let's say, all the fast-moving consumer goods companies want to have this sales data to be able to assess the situation. And I was able to see, for example, that non-alcoholic beverages were gaining a lot of traction, and the market was actually growing by 50 or even more percent every year. Naturally, those numbers were connected to the fact that the base was rather small, because it was 1.5% of the whole market. But still, if someone spotted this early on, and a lot of companies did, they could secure a first or second spot in this very, very, let's say, growing market. And we see right now that non-alcoholic beverages are actually quite a big portion of the whole beverage category. So definitely analyzing data and identifying those trends can also help correctly position your company in this whole competitive landscape. The last bit is risk mitigation and informed decision making. So this one naturally is sort of, softer than let's see, all those before. But again, if we analyze tastes of our focus groups, of our target groups, if we analyze all the trends, historical data, we can mitigate the risk of our, let's say, our investments being not profitable, or if we are, for example, a financial institution, this data-driven decision making might be connected to some, fraud detection systems that also heavily rely on data analytics. So in that case, if we are able to catch fraud early on, or catch it at all, we'll be able to continue our business without any major disruptions. Uh, so that's it about benefits. I think they are, quite clear, and no one now just, let's say, abandons data analytics. Sometimes, naturally, it's not the highest priority because, let's say, core business might need more investment, but at some point in time, in every company, there's a moment to actually invest in data analytics too. There are a lot of challenges when it comes to data analytics and building those products or tools for data analytics. And the first that's, I think, the highest in all the companies is, of course, data quality and data reliability. And this is a classic one. And no matter if it's a big company or small company, there are always typos, misspellings, errors, especially if a company relied heavily on Excel in the past and not on some data warehousing. The data is going to be in a very, very bad shape. And as they say, garbage in, garbage out. So you cannot really report on data that's not correct. And that's just simply bad. So very, very often, the very first step of the process, once you actually understand what you want to do and extract, is to do data cleaning and fixing all those problems that have been building up for the last years. Second one that's a challenge is, of course, data privacy and security. So first of all, securing the data so that only, let's say, those people that are supposed to have access to it. It is quite challenging, but of course there are tools, there are programs, there are some plugins that help you do this efficiently. Especially if you have identity management quite, let's say, in a mature form in your company, that's actually quite not something extremely hard. However, making sure that you follow all the regulations like HAPAA for healthcare in US or GDPR in Europe might actually be tricky. Because, for example, with GDPR, you are obliged to delete data from everywhere that is connected to one particular customer. So sometimes it actually might not be that easy, especially if you have a gigantic reporting system with multiple dimensions, and this customer's name might actually be let's say, popping up and present in multiple different places. So having this in mind when building your solution is also quite important. Then comes, of course, data volume and variety. After pandemic, I think the amount of data that companies had grew even more, and it's actually growing quite fast right now. And it's in many cases it is unstructured. So we have PDFs, Word documents, Excels. We have tables. If you add to it, let's say, social media, we have a lot of data. So going through it all naturally takes time. To clean it is completely separate thing. But even if we have data that's fully structured, that is fully, let's say, cleaned, sometimes we need to do so heavy transformations that it also, this processing time will also play a big role. And I've seen systems that run end to end for example 5, 6, 7 hours, and sometimes this 7, 8 hours of delay is unacceptable for the business. So we need to try to find a better solution simply. And also connected to it is data integrations and data integration, data silos. So naturally, right now, companies have a lot of different systems, a lot of different vendors, and each department might have their own data warehouse. So managing it, making sure that everyone in the company has access to this so-called one version of truth and one sales figure is actually quite a big challenge, and very often involves integrating data from all those different silos into one gigantic system that has, let's say, all the problems that I've just described. So it's a lot of data. It's hard to secure, and in many cases, data from different departments is not compatible at all, even if it's from the same company. So all those problems need fixing and simply take time on the project. When it comes to stages of delivering those products, like for example reports or maybe some extracts, in many cases the projects are quite similar in when it comes to those steps, but naturally each step might take more or less time. So first of all, we need to understand what is it that we actually need, and sometimes the business themselves, or your end customer, they don't even know what they want. So very often you need to ask a lot of questions, support questions, to extract this information from them. Second stage really is data collection. So understanding what are our data sources, what is it that we are trying to extract, is it structured or unstructured, how often does it need to be refreshed, etc., etc., etc. Then it comes the I'd say the biggest part, which is data cleaning, preparation, data transformation. So under this step, all the cleaning, all the filtering, all those transformations, and heavy lifting is going to happen. So I'd say that this third step probably takes 80% of the time of on the project. Then, of course, is data presentation. I didn't call it data visualizations because sometimes people don't just need reports, they need a table. So you never know. But yeah, in here you can create some products, some reports for your end customers so that they can do the decision making that only comes in the last step. When it comes to business intelligence tools, there are a lot, and all the major players on the market, especially in cloud, like for example, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google, have something to let's say to capture customers and log them in their ecosystem, simply because they know the value of data analytics. I have decided to split those tools into backend and frontend. So backend tools could be split, for example, into data warehousing. So from Microsoft, we have Synapse, currently rebranded to Fabric. From Amazon, we have AWS Redshift. And we have Snowflake that actually is a completely separate product, not connected to Microsoft, Amazon, or Google. And Snowflake can be deployed to any cloud of your choice. So it's actually quite popular because it offers very, very good performance, and you can migrate it easily between clouds. Then we have online analytics processing. So in here, our main player is Analysis Services. That's really the backend of Power BI. Then we can have some data integration or ETL tools, like for example, Glacier from AWS, Data Factory from Microsoft, but also Talent, Informatica, Terraform, Airflow. So there are a lot of different tools, open source, closed source. So whatever is needed, you can find a tool that fits exactly your need. And then we have front-end tools, which is really data visualizations. And in here, the most important players are Power BI, Tableau, and Looker that a few years ago was bought by Google. Very interesting tool. And then let's talk about types of data. So first one is transactional data. So what is being sold? And in almost all cases, this is the first thing that you want to report. So your customers are very much interested in how their business is doing. That is naturally quite understandable. So you will be reporting sales, booked invoicing, or maybe booked sales or invoiced sales. Gross sales, net sales, net sales. So it all comes in multiple different variations. Naturally, over a lot of different dimensions. So this will include over time, but also over location for different products, over customers, over customer segments. So you can have so many different dimensions using which you can slice and dice your data that it never gets boring, really. Then you have customer data. So naturally, you can have information about demographics, gender, also maybe info about their behavior and some patterns, some purchasing patterns. But that one is already connected to transactional data. Then you have financial data. So naturally, P&L, so revenue, but also costs, reporting on general ledger, reporting on cash flow, trial balance, all those financial aspects. It all is really sales and purchasing, but just shown in multiple different ways. Operational data actually is quite interesting because you can also, of course, report on how your company is doing internally, if all the processes are being followed, what is the turnover rate. Yeah, maybe when it comes to, for example, consulting, what are your, let's say, billing percentage, what is your headcount, what are the trends there, number of projects, ROI of the projects, etc., etc., etc. So very, very interesting. And you can really add to it just so many different data sources that are available online. So of course, social media like tweets, Facebook, likes, government data, maybe weather data. That is also quite interesting. Like for example, forecast of weather versus ice cream sales. I've seen it done on the actually in one of the FMCG companies that I was working with. So yeah, very, very interesting stuff, and bringing it all into one system that is available for everyone to use. It's quite a challenge, but will for sure give very, very positive, let's say, results when it comes to allowing everyone really to make more data-driven decisions. Any questions, perhaps? Because this is everything that I have for today.
And I am back. Dear participants, do you have any questions to this material? That was an introduction to business intelligence, I would say, right?
Yes, this is only a small bit of of the work, very much high level.
Mhm.
But I mean, it is quite a deep topic, but you have to start somewhere.
Yeah, but the aim of these meetings, these webinars, is to learn a bit about um, each particular area of IT. So I think that it was the most informative for this kind of meeting. I can see that someone is writing his or her question. Yes, Natalia. I have one question. Do you have any recommendation about studying Tableau, any course books, etc.?
So as I said, my primary let's say focus is on Microsoft's technology. So I've been working in Power BI for the last couple of years. So do not abandon it just yet. When it comes to Tableau, I do not have anything to recommend, but I know that YouTube for everything is probably a good way to get this first feeling. But personally, I've tried both, and this is my highly subjective opinion. But I just find Power BI a bit easier to grasp, and the user interface is just a bit easier to follow. So yeah, try it out.
So, Natalia, can you share with us at which stage of learning you are? Are you already interested in business intelligence? Do you have any experience in working on maybe Tableau or Power BI? We are really interested in your story. Before Natalia writes, Michał, can you share with us your story? How did you get interested in Power BI and
Well,
of business intelligence? Maybe.
Well, so I was always quite interested in data analytics, during my bachelor studies, and it sort of happened on its own because I joined Microsoft as a business analyst, crunching numbers in Excel, doing some all the different analysis in Excel, and because it was Microsoft, I had exposure, on all those new tools, and one of them was Power BI. So I simply started doing that.
Okay, yeah. So if you could go back in time when you were just learning about data analysis and getting to know the new tools available, would you do anything differently?
Not really. Now, like when I started working already in business intelligence, I felt that this is an industry that let's say I want to grow in. If I could go back in time way before even my initial studies, I would probably go to IT a bit earlier, but I ended up in here anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah, definitely. You can develop your skills at each stage of your life. That's what we focus on in Future Colors. Um, Okay, so before this meeting, I was thinking about this subject, and I created some kind of saying that business intelligence is a software for intelligent businesses. Do you think that it may be true? Can any business right now carry on without analyzing the data?
Well, you can always make business without any data analytics, but it's going to be quite hard. I'd say that business intelligence is something that maybe not intelligent. businesses invest in, but sane businesses invest in. So you can get very far without any business analytics or data analytics, but you will be able to get further faster when you have those data driven decisions.
Mhm. And from the point of view of a person who is looking for a new career path, do you think that this is the field for everyone, or maybe some people have some special skills to flourish in the business intelligence area?
Well, I'd say that this is a great place as an entry for IT world in general, and I've seen this story let's see, multiple times. At the same time, if you don't like crunching numbers, you probably won't find it exciting. I just find numbers exciting, which is why I like I like what I'm doing.
Okay, yes. So if you like the numbers and you are not scared of Excel, then you should definitely consider joining this career path. And we have a story from Natalia. She's writing, yes, I am process improvement specialist and I mostly analyze the data that helps to avoid revenue leakage. Whoa. I asked about Tableau because I have access to this tool, but my company training was very poor. However, it seems to be very cool and I would like to know it better.
Yeah, so what you can do, I think Tableau in a very, let's see, basic, maybe without all the functionalities, but in a basic way, it's free for you to also install on your personal computer. Power BI too. So Power BI is completely free for personal use, and Microsoft makes money only on let's say enterprise subscriptions and solutions for the business. So you can try both of them and learn both of them actually on your own. Uh, it's always easier in business settings. Business setting, that's true, but yeah, you can also do it on your own in your home.
Okay, so let's get into analyzing this case. So we have someone who wants to learn about this new tool. It can be either Tableau or Power BI. So before the person decides to go to a bootcamp like Future Colors Business Intelligence course, where he or she can find everything they need to become a specialist, what should a person do, or where should they find some information about the tool, or how to start working with a new tool if you want to learn?
Yeah, so I think that currently there are just so many different resources available online that it is quite easy to find information, some basic tutorials on virtually anything that you want. You can even ask your favorite large language model like ChatGPT or any open source tools to give you sort of a first initial study plan. So I think I would actually do this and advise to first watch a couple of videos online available again on so many different platforms to get a better feeling of what that is. Maybe install the software on your PC, do some baby steps and let's say first steps on your own, and then potentially seek let's say professional course or not, because there is just so much knowledge available on the internet that you can probably learn everything on your own. It's naturally much harder, but it is possible.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so in a minute, I would like to talk about the course that we are offering that you created with Przemek. But in the meantime, if you, dear participants, would like to share your story. Where are you at right now? Are you looking for a course to learn something new, or do you want to develop further your skills? Let us know, because it's really interesting for us. We could talk more about what you can do to learn. And going back to the bootcamp, I think it's important to say that you can learn really a lot, or we also can say that you can learn everything you need to know to start working as a BI developer. So during the bootcamp, you will learn how to use Power BI and process data with this tool, you will create interactive BI reports and learn the best practices used in this process. You will also learn how to obtain business requirements from the client. So you will learn how to work with people, and you will be also able to load, clean, and merge data from multiple sources using Power Query. What do you think is the most important part of this course that you have created?
Well, I think each part actually is equally important, because we've divided the course into those modules that cover different aspects. Like, for example, a separate module for data transformations, separate modules for adding business logic into the report. So each of them correspond to of the stages of those of delivery that I mentioned during my presentation. So I think when you finish it all and master it all, then you're ready to deliver and deliver on the projects and create those reports. If you decide that one or the other one module is just not important, you might have some problems simply delivering those reports. So all of them are equally important.
Okay, and if you want to learn more about the bootcamp, go to our website, futurecolors.com, and look for more information on Business Intelligence Bootcamp. You will find the curriculum, you will find all the most important areas on which you will learn more during the bootcamp. You can read about our mentors, and you can also ask questions to the consultants that you will be connected. So don't hesitate, go there and find the most important information. Remember that at the end of July, the next course starts, and feel invited to join. We would like to show you more about this area. We hope that you will be interested to get new knowledge with us. If you are interested, please make sure to go to futurecolors.com and learn more. And we will be finishing soon. So if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to ask them right now, because we are here waiting for your questions right now before we finish. If you are interested in efficient learning online, choose Future Colors, because here you will have something, the most important part. The most experienced and open-minded mentors like Michał, who not only created the course, but also are teaching it. So Michał, during the course, the students can also contact you on one-on-one consultation, right?
Yes, it's something that is quite extensively used towards the end of the course, when we have a lot of hard, quite challenging cases to finish and submit. So I meet very regularly with students to discuss their progress.
Yeah, that is something that makes us stand out from other programming schools. So if you want to stay in contact, you need additional motivation. Here we are to help you learn, to motivate you to get certification after, of course, completing set of projects. So yeah, let's talk about the project just at the end. So how do you know, Michał, how people get the knowledge, the skills? Is projects are projects enough to assess the level of experience they gained?
I think they are quite enough because we are checking almost every, let's say, area, every aspect of, say, of Power BI as a tool, as an ecosystem. So very quickly we are able to spot who got it and is able to finish the case on their own, or maybe who struggles and with which part, which also will highlight which areas need improvement.
Okay, thank you so much. I think we will be finishing this meeting because we don't have any more questions. We talked about everything that we have planned. Michał, if you could say before we leave, just one thing or a few words to those who want to start their new careers in business intelligence area, what would be your words of encouragement?
Well, I'd say that it's a very interesting and exciting industry, and you can analyze a lot of interesting data. And this what drives me, and I think it might convince others too.
Okay. If you want to change your life, if you want to learn something new, if your dream is to join IT, please do it with us. Check our offer on our website. If you are not sure, watch more of our webinars, learn more about this career path on our website. And thank you for today. Thank you, Michał, for sharing your knowledge. And hopefully we will meet you on our bootcamp, maybe the one that starts on 31st of July. Thank you so much, all the participants, and see you soon. Thank you, Michał. Bye.